sad, or under a curse. One is bad. Prospects are words. Don't heaven. It's all that's do deeply. Rituals are in honey. Never growing old, never failing. Growing pots of gold from thin air. The best in every town, best at shaking down, best at making mountains of money. Hey Jacquelina, how's it going? How you doing today? We'll just do the downer again, permadeath. We can skip the prologue, we know what that's like. Have you been, Jacquelina? Have you done anything good? Did you have a good dinner? Perhaps a very fine wine. You had a very fine wine before you decided to come here today. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, my internet started acting up during the afternoon stream, but luckily my phone, strangely enough, is stable enough for me to stream today, so I am using that. At least I have two options whenever it comes to streaming, but if both of them are down, it's like, well, fuck it. It's like, I guess I get involuntarily this day off, you know.
Still alive. I wonder if God's helping me.
It's not something I
just mocking me.
I look forward to whenever that happens, but if it happens, it happens, you know? Here I am. Right. Very first thing I gotta do is I gotta grab a rock. What's this? What's this? There's flowers in the air.
Bloody hell, I'm in the Golden District. I hope they're not really cannibals here. I've got to get back to the parade.
You have a decent amount of traffic on you.
I've got to get
Twitch,
into the
but
village.
Do you remember me from past live streams? Yes, I do. I do remember, Jacqueline.
I don't take kindly to dangers in Hamlin Village.
Like I can't exactly tell you like which streams you have been there for, Jacqueline, but I do. It's like I do remember you from past live streams.
They put joy in the water in the village. I'm gonna get awfully
typically
thirsty if I don't bring a whack of canteens. We'll figure out.
Typically, I will like ask or something if I get the feeling that someone's been here before, but I haven't seen them.
How to get joy out of the water,
or if they're new. If someone's new, then a lot of the times I'll just straight up ask. But I actually remember you from several streams actually.
So someone's figured out how to get by. If I'm gonna make a go of it, I may have to burgle some of their things. I'll be a lot safer burgling if I can get in and out without being seen.
Yeah. For the life of me, I wish I could tell you the stream that you first showed up at, though. Because, for me, information like that is there and gone within a split second. Unfortunately. What's the map looking like this time? Okay, it looks as though for this one, the church... The church town... on the right side. The previous one, Churchtown, was somewhere in like the top right, maybe top left.
They really love Uncle Jack, don't they?
The Cult of Jack is still around in the same area.
Probably throw a party in front of it, leaving all their houses empty.
Was Death Road to Canada? Ah, makes sense. Death Road has been a real popular stream for me. I would do it more, but I feel as though if I do it too much, then it just loses the pizzazz. Like I really do enjoy just kind of sitting around for like 3 hours making characters for people in chat, and then it's like, okay, let's go, you know. then playing through as I find people in chat, and a lot of the times being like, we have no room for you, or we have no food, goodbye. It's a really fun game. It's just like, again, playing too much of a game, it makes it easy to burn out on it, and it makes it so it's like, it makes it so that people kind of go, well, you know, I don't have to show up for this stream, because they'll just play it later. And it's like, that's the mentality I want for my late night streams, but not necessarily the daytime streams. The daytime streams,
A man's home is his castle.
I try to switch it up because I want it to be like, oh hey, he may never play this again, you know?
We are the stuffed men.
Then at the end, you know, if somebody asks like, will you play this again? It's like, well, fuck, I guess I will. Or it'll be like, I mean, I might, but not tomorrow. I need to get back on the schedule for the late nights because it used to be a nice rotation of like, oh, what do you call it? Darkest Dungeon, We Happy Few, and Black Survival. And then I took Black Survival off, and I was like, I guess I'll just fill it in with some other game. And now it's like, I don't even really have a schedule for at night. Of course, I don't really have a solid Twitch schedule either anymore because of how my internet be. It is what it is. But in any case, Jacquelina, what have you been up to lately? You know, has it been one of the, have you been doing a same old sort of life, or has it been wild and crazy lately?
You can't have our water.
Don't run from me! How much am I carrying now? 33 pounds. Carry more.
Where does the fog come from? That's the answer to everything.
Just the fog. I always like walking along and then hearing screams off in the distance. Stop eating the bread you found in the rubbish pile. Bloody wanker. Always eating stuff in the rubbish pile. You can't just eat the bread from a rubbish pile. That's insane. It's like having a moldy turkey dinner that you found in a dump
all over
site.
the Garden District, don't they? I should stock
It's the
up.
exact same
I don't even
thing.
know what else I'll need. Better figure that out soon.
Yeah.
We'll
eat
laugh
that.
about this later.
Alright, don't have any books anymore. Gonna be a week bit, and I need to find a shovel too. Oh, I need to find a shovel as well. I didn't think about this. Also, do I have a weapon? I think I do.
If the doors
Okay.
of perception were
That's
10,
fine. It's fine. I don't need it. I remember this game is actually banned in Australia.
Remember bread?
Because you can take drugs in order to make the game easier, which is actually really funny because it doesn't, like, taking joy in this game, yes, it allows you to like pass a doorway or two, but it's like it doesn't make the game easier. You still gotta get like food and water in order to deal with the withdrawal symptoms. Placebos actually give you make it easier in this game. But then again, there's also the mushrooms that really fuck you up, and those are supposed to be, and those are quest related. So you know, details. Details. Details.
Anyway, what's past?
Yeah.
And we've all done things that weren't perfect. Listen, if we spent all our time
Jump
worrying
up here.
about the things that we've done, well, we'd never be able to
Is
enjoy
there
our day.
anything? No. Okay.
Better.
Never mind.
Pop a few extra joy today, and I bet in the morning you won't even remember what you were so upset about.
Oedipus didn't know what
I'm
he
so glad
was
I was able
doing.
to help.
But he tore out his eyes anyway, didn't he?
I did you enjoy hearing from all of you, my dear listeners?
Again, I'm not sure why I find it so entertaining. Just whenever people in this game just like go running off into the distance screaming, it's like,
Rather tired.
it's just funny. It's like,
I asked my husband to get
there goes another one.
About him in the present tense or the past tense?
He's scared. Beware.
about today.
He saw a ghostigu.
Although to across from my bedroom, I
Okay.
an awful lot of chicken.
What else can I find? Is this the water? It is the water. Yo, how's it going?
Can you help us, love? Our pump is broken.
I bet I could fix that.
Oh, I
with
can.
some duct
I can
tape and
help
bits
you
of
with
metal.
your pump, all right,
we'd all be
if you
able to
know
use
what
it.
I mean. Wait, no, it's pipes. It's pipes. I fucked it up. No. What do they want? Craft or find a water filter.
All right. Step back and watch the master at work.
Oh, hey, I didn't have to beat someone up in order to. Hey, mate.
You're awfully kind to do that for a stranger.
I didn't even have to beat one of them
do.
up in order
God
to
bless you.
fix it this time.
Well,
2% chance to find extra items when looting. Nice. Also, this guy looks far too much like me.
Mum.
His name is Felix. Oh man, I remember when Nintendo, no, not Nintendo, Nickelodeon was actually really funny. Nickelodeon used to be goddamn hilarious. And it wasn't just because like I was a kid. Like looking back on some of Nickelodeon's like older shit now is still fucking hilarious. I miss it. Hey George, how's it
At least
going?
we have our memories,
Look,
right?
can you help me out? Oh, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Look,
No, you're
I
on
seem
the
to have been
ground.
a little bit
You're not in a
stabbed.
pickle.
You wouldn't happen to have a bit
Idiot.
of healing balm?
I can craft the healing bomb real quick.
Oh, that feels so much better. Had a bit of a disagreement with the missus. Look, I know I'm being rather a pain, but I'm still a tad bleeding.
Ah, you aren't.
You wouldn't happen to have a bandage you can spare?
Bandage. Bandage.
Don't hold it against her. Oh, I can be irksome. Look, I know it's a bit greedy, but I've not been able to clean the wound. You wouldn't happen to have a bit of antiseptic?
Nope. You're on your own now, buddy. Hee hee. I'll have to come back with antiseptic later.
Like you never even
Have you ever had an altercation with like a significant other that has ended with her like hitting you? I think that's like a nice big red flag to just say, yeah, I think you should leave. I remember the excuse that people used to give in like early like 2000s and even like early 2010, where people were like, oh, you know, but you're a guy, you're bigger than her. And it's like, she's still fucking smacking you. That's no excuse. You can't just be like, oh, hey, she's a weak piece of shit, so her hurting me means nothing. It's like, yes, it does. Nobody's around, so I might as well open this up. Doop-a-doot, doop, doop-a-doot. I've opened the chest. Give me the canteen. Advanced machine bits and a sovereign. Time to leave. The canteen is the true item of power right there. Of power. The items have power to them. Ha! Tub. Eat. Blenheim Bridge. Okay, so this bridge is the one that needs a repair kit. which is also the one that has the people down below who are infected noted. It's locked. But for how long? You can't keep this devilishly scumbaggy bastard out for long. Reduce crier suspicion by 5%. Sweet. It's gonna be helpful. The bobbies don't like it when I go stealing their water, they don't. Those bobbies don't like it when we go stealing their water, they don't. The only way to go stealing their water is to take it when they ain't looking, I say. Hilly-billy bumble and all that. I'm positive they don't say that, but I like to think that Cockneys say that. Just hilly-billy bumba. Which bridge is this? This is the one where I need an access card to get by.
Maybe I should sit down for a bit.
Or I need to power it up. I need
Bloody
to
hell.
take
I've forgotten about the revolvers.
Sunshine.
I won't be able to get through one of these unless I've had my joy.
Sunshine or Joy, one of the two. What's in the locker? Pocket expansion kit. Wow, okay. Let's definitely use that pocket expansion kit. There it is. Nice. We can now carry up to 127. I'm currently carrying 71. That's a lot. Then again, it's in British or it's in English measurements, so it's like 71 grams, which is not as much as 71 pounds, if I can remember correctly. I don't believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's not. 71 kilos. No. Wouldn't be a bad idea to make a Jimmy bar so I can get into some of these things and.
I'm late. Very important date.
My God, it's Eric Liddell. I never
Fuck!
could beat him, but he never ran this fast. What's his secret?
I need to learn his route. Does he just take 3 lefts? It's looking that way.
Stop the movie. Oh.
Come on, come on. Keep running. Where's he at? Where'd he go? Jerk. Fuck, I don't know where he went. Huh.
Want them
Okay.
to stop.
Oh, he's gone now. I'll just have to get him
That's
tomorrow.
Mrs. Marley.
Oh, Mrs. Marley's
She used to
dead.
live down the road. I wonder if she's got anything useful. Oh, bollocks. I've become a ghoul.
What do you
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yours, is it?
Oh, great.
Yes,
Now
it
I've got
is.
a rock.
Whee! Well, come on, bring it. Bow. Still want to? Take that.
Why are we doing this to each other?
Didn't you?
No, I did not. He was knocked out when I had first gotten there. Oh, she's got a stick. I gotta go. Gotta be careful. People that got sticks are dangerous. Oh wait, is there 3 bridges here? Like, is this a 3rd bridge? No. No, this is the Blindheim Bridge. Okay. I thought, okay. because I had searched the thing back there and there was more stuff, and I was like, wait, have I not been to this bridge? But no, this is... I've been here. It's the Blindheim. It's the Blindheim!
Will never be clean.
Hello, lady. Hello, lady! Gotta find the
Time to sneak off
lady!
to the cinema.
Freud Laban! You find the lady up on the top of the hill. Okay. I am so obnoxious, and I just find it so funny. It's primarily because of, like, how... Hey, it's Sally's old
I have
toy
the
car.
worst feeling about this place. Like I should come back. Maybe not during the day. It's just on the tip of my brain.
I don't
If I could just
recall
jog it loose
inviting
somehow.
you.
Goodbye!
What do they keep saying? Cleanse the doors of your perception.
I took the bat. Get fucked. What was I saying though? Right, Oh, this thing's ready again. Okay. Let's steal from it. Nothing. Can't wait to come back tomorrow morning and be attacked by bees. But right, part of the reason I guess part of the reason why I find myself funny is just
Except for the night.
it's just
We would
because
never
of
know
the way
stars.
that I conduct myself in person. Like, the way I conduct myself in person is just vastly different from how I conduct myself, you know, on the interwebs. As is natural, when you're on the interwebs, you're an entirely different person. Or at least most people tend to turn into entirely different people. You know, because they have the sake of anonymity. Anonymity. Phenomena. Phenomena. Anonymous. You won't find who I am.
Time for all good citizens to be getting ready to go to bed.
I don't know what that was. So of course, you know, whenever you're on the internet, it's just like, yeah, I'm a very different person. And it's a really, you know, like, you can essentially be whoever you want, but, like, it's always strange, because at the same time, it's like, you could be whoever you want on the internet, as long as it's not too overtly obvious you're lying. So it's like...
That'd be ironic. Die of thirst in England.
Yeah, because there are people, or there are people on the internet that will be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a military officer, and it's like, oh, that's cool. What wars did you serve in? And they're just like, wars? Shit! I didn't think this far ahead with my lie. And then and then of course they quickly go to Iraq, because that's the only one that's that's the only big war that's going on. Like none of these people have been like, yeah, I was just stationed in Germany, you know, or I was stationed in Greece, I was stationed in South Korea. No, like, all of them are like, I was in Iraq.
Really
it's like, oh, cool.
Drinks,
what division were you in? And then they go, fuck. He knows more about military than I do. It's like, and then of course they either go, I was with the Army or Marines. One of those two. Like, if they end up going, I was a part of the Coast Guard, then it's like, okay, you're probably telling the truth. If they're like, I was a part of the Navy, probably telling the truth. I was a part of the Air Force, definitely telling the truth. Nobody in the Air Force admits to being in the Air Force. I'm overburdened, shit! You see nothing, spooky ghost. I gotta get to the water. So yeah, no, it's like... So then it's like, so which branch of the military did you serve in? And they're always like,
drink this
fuck!
all right.
Oh, God, think on the fly.
I'm gonna get awfully thirsty there if I don't bring a
Marines,
whack
it's
of
like, okay.
canteens. Or figure
Okay,
out how to
sweet.
get Joy out of the water.
They're like, yes, I was a military officer for the Marines in Iraq. Okay. Believable story. And then it's like, okay. And then it's like, I actually have a few friends who are Marines, so it's by that point I'd be like, okay, which state were you stationed near? And that's typically where it gets them, because if they can't pull up a city within like a few seconds, it's just like, well, fuck, you know, I've lost. It's like, I never thought that I would need to name a city in Iraq for my lies about how I served there. Not to say that everyone who goes to the internet and, you know, starts talking about how they served in Iraq is a liar. I'm just saying that there are a select few that do, and it's always funny when they do because you can tell. This isn't just like for you know, like military. Like there's people that will lie about like everything for some reason whenever it comes to the internet. And it's never like why, it's always like why. You know, just
Your move,
be
Sandman.
yourself. Just put a positive spin to everything you do, or better yet, just be a positive personality. Hey, Captain. Why would you not want to go to Camp Crystal Lake? Jason Voorhees won't hurt you. He's a good boy. His mommy said so. How are you doing today, Captain Crow? Well, I guess it's tonight now. How are you doing tonight? Did you have a good dinner? Did you meet the prerequisites of that which is the taxation of governmental affairs? I'm not going to lie, I'm not exactly sure where I was going with that thought, so I tried to wing it and I just couldn't. Because I just started throwing out too many big words and I lost track of what the fuck I was even saying. The Avon Puppet Theater. The Avon Puppet Theater. I need a Jimmy bar. Oops, what's going on? It just kept making them. I now have 4 Jimmy bars. I didn't want this. I didn't want 4 Jimmy bars. I don't even know what happened. Oh well, time to start looting, I suppose. Hey, get the fuck out of here. Get out! We did some terrible things in Iraq, if I can recall correctly. Hey, no dinner at all. I was so fucking tired from pulling all night because I couldn't sleep. That's why when I played Depression Quit. So I needed that sleep. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, sleep is the poor man's dinner. Think about it. Makes sense. Well, so, like, the best way that I can put it is the Iraq War was, by all technicality, started by the U.S.
What's next? Slaying of the Firstborn?
Because essentially what happened was the U.S. was like, oh, we want a foothold in Iraq, and we also want to fight back communism. So, you know, during the whole, like, Cold War era, we ended up throwing a whole bunch of weapons at them. Then once Russia was like, yeah, we're good, we don't even want that area, we went, oh, okay, we don't want it either. And so we stopped funding everything to Iraq.
Derived from a mandate from the
and
Massive.
after that, of course, like new leadership and whatnot in the uprising. And you know, the person was like, I fucking hate the U.S. because they destabilized us and then just left. And then they crashed 2 planes into our towers
Oedipus
and tried to
didn't
crash a 3rd one into the Pentagon. So you know, like that's like, so essentially we didn't start like the big fuck you, but we definitely did start like the slow decline that caused the big fuck you. Like, every war is always started with the big fuck you.
This one is from Mr. Fitzroy Dix.
You know, so it's like with World War II.
Dear Uncle Jack, I haven't been feeling
With
entirely
World War One, it was the assassination of King Ferdinand, I believe it was. Then World War II, for the Russians, it was them being invaded. For the British, it was everyone else being invaded, and for the Americans, it was Japan just deciding to attack us.
What did I want to be when I grew up?
That was the big fuck you.
Remember. Isn't that awful?
He needs a Nexamide pill. I remember that much.
They're not chickens at all.
Of which I have none, so I'm just not gonna worry about it.
Crows are blackbirds.
What else is there? What other big things? What other big wars were there? The Civil War, the big fuck you was
Like I should come back. Maybe not during the day.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember the big fuck you of the Civil War. I remember the big fuck you for the Revolutionary War was the word expansion. Nice. Was the redcoats shooting a mass of people during a peaceful protest. That was the big fuck you there. What was the Civil War big fuck you? I can't quite remember.
I'm pretty sure they're
Where
fine.
does the fog come
It's
from?
been a little while since I've even brushed up on the Civil War.
Everything
I am the cat that walks by himself, and all places are alike to me.
Why are you all gathering on the staircase? I mean, the whole South wanting slaves was the lead up to everything, but the big fuck you was something else, and I can't quite remember what it was. Oh well, technically the big fuck you was just Abraham Lincoln becoming president. That was when the South was like, yeah, we know what you want. You want to take away our slaves, and Abraham Lincoln was like, I don't give a fuck about your slaves, and they're like, you can't lie to us. He wants our slaves. We're seceded from the Union. And that's what they did. They seceded, and then the North was like, you can't do that. We're all one country. And we were like, no, we want slaves. And so they went to war. And then essentially after the North ended up getting taken over the South, they were like, okay, it was like, okay, we're gonna take away your slaves. This wasn't part of the plan, but in order to avoid you from doing this again, we're taking away your slaves. And that's essentially how it went. The more you know. Quick history lessons with the Duke Merle. Quick history lessons with your DM. I honestly do enjoy talking about things like, you know, just science and history. It's like, it's easy stuff to talk about. How'd I get back here? Oh, because I ended up taking a right there. That makes sense.
Try this easy test. Are you having a conversation that's bringing you
But yeah, I
down?
like talking about like history and sciences. It's just like it re-stimulates my mind of what I used to learn. Flimsy cricket bat.
Immediately excuse yourself and take your joy right away, and you'll be right as rain in no time. You can never be too careful.
What am I supposed to do?
It's true. Not a denier of the crash of the Twin Towers, but I have to admit we currently have a higher kill count against the Iraq, if I
answer to
remember correctly.
everything, I
Or
bet.
just overall the death count was higher than our soldiers' death count, both civilians and terrorist-wise, I
I
think.
suppose Clive's got his view
They
now.
are.
The little shit.
There's a lot, like, there's a lot of things to be accounted for right there, though, Captain. Like, because the kills are not, like, the kills that we do, a lot of them are a lot lower against civilians than on the terrorist side. Like the people most likely to kill. Okay, people of the same race are most likely to kill people of the same race. Or nationality,
Oh, that doesn't look
is
a bit
probably
like
a
a
better
trap.
way to put it. And I'm not exactly sure why it's a whole psychological thing, but it's like people of the same nationality for some reason are very
Remember the 5th of November?
are just a higher chance of
Come to the end of time!
killing them.
Jesus.
I would have paid the mash. I would have paid your bee meat. You're all bee meat.
Oh,
It's not a lovely day. It's not a lovely day at all. You shouldn't have.
I've knocked out 2 of you.
I would have paid the mash.
We're pulling the last hit.
Blood. They're not.
The no death run is working swimmingly. Give me your pointy stick. And your that person had an Nexamide pill. Sweet. Syringe.
Lot.
Let's go ahead and make ourselves a little bobby pin. Also a little bit of healing bomb. That's gonna be necessary. People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. How's it going, Doomy? Good to see you again. How you doing? How was the break? Did you have a good
I remember
dinner?
how to make a lockpick.
That ad is driving me crazy. Merry Christmas to all. Gifting an NPC has a 10% larger effect. Nice. I'm not gonna lie, Doomy. Since I have Twitch Prime, I actually don't even know what the advertisement is. Since Twitch Primers don't have to see that shit. Hand of Fate 2. Nope, Doomy. No, I did not. Because I only ever play it on stream. And it destabilized 2 hours in. So I wasn't able to play more. Much to my dismay. But I might end up giving it another go tomorrow. Currently my internet is actually, like, my internet,
Here's another one. How do you
the
save a drowned
download speed
diner?
was
Who cares?
it was only like 1.6 megabytes per second, which is ridiculous. Because we pay for 50 megabytes per second download speeds,
Bee meat.
and we don't get that.
They're not coming
And so I either me or somebody. Oh, whoops. Throwing one extra punch. Didn't mean to. Me or someone else is gonna look at the contract and see if we can find a loophole to get us out of this whole contract, because frankly, this is ridiculous. We're paying for their best internet, and their best internet apparently is only 1 megabyte per second speed every other day. And it's like, no, fuck that. That is not cool. Like, when it's working at its usual, like, 40, 50 megabyte per second speeds, everything's great. Honestly, I'm fine with it. I could live with that. But the fact that if I go onto Twitch and I start watching a stream, and after about 5 minutes of watching it at 360p, I have to reduce it to 180p, and not only do I have to reduce it to 180p, it still skips every like 10 seconds. Because it still can't handle it. And it's like, that's the point where it's like, no. And then it's like, you know, I end up looking at the internet, and lo and behold, you're getting 1 megabyte per second speeds. And it's like, the fuck? You know, we're paying for your best, and this is your best? No. Yeah, super annoy. I'm... yeah, no, I'm...
They're all rotten.
I don't like it.
All the veg have gone off.
I told you the blight would get them.
I'm afraid to dig up any more of our food. It'll just go off the moment it hits the air.
But how are we going to eat?
I think I saw a rat in the grass. Maybe we can make a trap?
Well, that'd be a nice change. Oh.
I already have a Nexamide pill, so I can give it to this guy.
That's a little embarrassing since I just snuck in here.
You there? Have you got a Nexamide? My husband ate something horrible.
Yeah, it's annoying, Captain, but like,
you're a lifesaver.
Like, the bright side is that my phone internet can support streaming.
Listen,
so I at least have a second option. It's just a matter of if that option is actually going to work.
If you could just pry it open for us, you can have one thing from it. Any one thing. That fair? And you can take all these rotten veg we've dug up, if you want them.
There was a time after,
You're a decent
what do you
soul,
call
aren't you?
it?
Maybe
9/11,
where you could do.
where the amount of racism towards
man ran off with my diary. If you could
towards
get it back,
people that weren't
How'd I
even
find it?
from the Middle East or even had like
he said
Middle
he was
East.
gonna hide it in his toiletries. I don't even know what that means.
All right, so if I run into any toiletries, I'll look for a diary.
Or even just like Middle East like descendancies. People immediately went into like racist mode, and now it's like we're going into that sort of mindset again, except now it's towards Hispanics. Like it's certainly a thing. Is it a good thing? In my opinion, no. There would be people that would probably disagree with me. But yeah, no, the Iraq War, like, as I understand, again, it's just a clusterfuck. Of course, it's also moved away from Iraq and Syria. A good chunk of action is happening over in Palestine, for one. Palestine and Israel. And I don't care who you are, but like, if you want like images and news articles on what true human cruelty is, just look at the amount of shit that goes on in that area. That is some fucked up stuff. Of course, then again, I guess you could probably get even worse examples of cruelness by looking at what the cartels are like in how do you call the place? Mexico. Like that. I'm unsure about this, but did anyone read up on the news article that happened within like the last week or two?
Brace yourself, Arthur.
Of the cartel. Apparently, the cartel ended up killing some this girl's grandmother, and then they proceed to torture and behead this 13-year-old girl. And it's extremely fucked up. Is extremely fucked up. Like if you ever want to be informed on like gang violence, like
shit,
like Mexico is one of the prime examples of how bad it can get. Because now how the cartels and gangs in Mexico is working is it's not just hey, you fucked with me, now you have to die, you know, mafia style, like you have to die now. The way that the mafia worked was like, you know, you only kill the person that wronged you. Now over in Mexico, the way that works is you wronged me. Not only am I going to kill you, I'm going to torture you. But before I torture you, I'm going to torture and kill all of your family members in front of you. I'm going to videotape it and send it to all of our enemies as a sign. And that is how it is in Mexico now. And again, fucked up. Just absolutely fucked up. Sorry to talk about such downer stuff, but it's like I like to share news with people. And it's like I feel as though people do need to know about these things, and it's like if it's not talked about, if you censor this sort of stuff, then you end up then you essentially train a society of complacency, people that are willing to just kind of ignore what's going on around them. And it's like, that's like I like to think of you all as I think the best of y'all. So oh boy, what a joy. How's it going, Scarlet? But I think the best of you guys. So talking about this stuff, I like to think that you guys can handle it, and the ones that can't, I firmly respect the idea that I cannot handle talking about such grim shit. I came to Twitch in order to fucking not talk about real life. I came here to escape, and you are reminding me about shit that I can't escape from. Oh shit, I should activate this. So Scarlet, how have you been today? Have you done anything? Have you done anything cool today? Did you eat a sausage? Did you eat a hamburger? Did you eat a pancake? Did you eat a waffle? I mainly understand the one in Middle Eastern's being targeted by people due to the Twin Towers falling due to the propaganda and whatnot. Hispanics, maybe due to the immigration issue we've been having. Oh no, the channels that share useful and needed info like this be better sometimes than just complete fun mode. Yeah, again, I understand people you know, wanting to come to Twitch in order to escape shit. No lol. Damn it, Scarlet, you need to go eat a waffle. Damn it, you need to eat a waffle. How would you feel if you knew someone who got pissed if you didn't eat specific foods at specific times? All forms of escapism be rude to real life. An interesting philosophical idea, Captain. But I'll have to think about that, and I'll have to come up with questions for it. Report to IHOP immediately, Scarlet. Actually, it's IHOB now. Remember? IHOB? No longer IHOP? Come on, guys. Get with the picture. Well, this is a thing. Okay. Like playing BlazBlue. You are all over that game. It's gonna be about half a year before you finally go, you know what? I think I'm starting to tire out from this game. Possibly more. Unless you're planning to go professional with it, Scarlet. I'd respect it if you went professional. Oh, hold on, I forget. Captain, do you keep up with Critical Role? I can't remember if you do or not. They changed the name. They did change the name because their idea is that they want to start focusing on being more of a dinner place than a breakfast place. Even though they're not even planning to change the menu, as I understand it. I could be wrong, but goddamn, like their whole their way of advertising was like, yeah, we're going to make it so all of our burgers are like $10, but it's not just the burger. You get unlimited fries and as many soft drinks as you want. So every time I go there, I end up getting a burger. And of course I eat it. I end up getting just, like, you know, 2 platters of fries, and then I end up drinking, like, 6 things of, Pepsi. I'm just like, you guys got any more Pepsi? And they're like, go away! Bees! The bees will fight you! Yes, Captain. 6 sodas. I know, and yes, 6 sodas. You got interested in marketing now instead of law? Marketing is a good area, Scarlet. Very good area. Yeah, marketing is a fucking awesome area. Because it's like, marketing is where is just the best part of business. Or I say best part, I mean the most important part of business, I would say. Marketing is the most important part of business and is probably the most, like, difficult part of business, I would say. Rancid stew. These people need these items. It makes that thick money. It does. Yeah, I think, yeah, they, yeah, advertisers make about as much as the statisticians that, do all of, like, the data work for them. Okay. So, slight spoilers for Critical Role if anyone watches that. Pretty much they had their first character death. You know, and they're at a point and level where death in that game purely means death. Like, there is no reviving them unless you are willing to go to a church and essentially dedicate your life and soul in order to gain up 20,000 gold or something, you know? So, essentially what happened after this, people end up going ballistic. Like, people who have been fans of the show end up getting just horrendously upset and started like attacking Matthew Mercer, started insulting him, you know, this and that. You know, started calling him a shit DM, all because they killed off a character. All because he killed off a character. And I ended up watching the scene in which he died, and it's like he ended up making a very risky move that should have like that was just like, yeah, you could definitely die from this. So I like to think that the risks were known. But what more so surprises me is just the fact that people for, you know, people for this game, or people that are fans of this entire series, are unwilling to accept that as a game that is supposed to be as simulative to real life, while simultaneously being a fantasy game, you know?
What's going on today in the village of Hamlet?
Yes, I'm not kidding, Scarlet. This is an actual thing that is going on. And so, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't even understand, because, like, and it's not that I don't understand because, like, I'm retarded. It's quite literally, I just don't understand.
I'm a bit vague about the details. No, really. So, I think you ought to play it safe, just to be sure. But you can never be too careful. So at 3, gather in front of the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says.
Yeah. Like, I understand essentially it's like, this character died, and it's not just that this character died. These people are essentially dealing with grief. They are grieving. And when you are grieving, you know, you don't think rationally. Apparently these people don't think, oh yeah, it's a game. They end up thinking,
We're not a bloody
Matthew Mercer, you're essentially the god of this world. And you killed off somebody I care about deeply. So obviously, I have to say fuck you. And it's like, what? Like, that was my reaction. I was just like, what? Because frankly, there is no better reaction to that, in my opinion.
Please don't struggle.
Don't struggle. Like, so yeah, it's like, you know, these people are grieving. So I can understand being upset, but at the same time, it's like I guess these are the sort of people that, like, these are the same sorts of people that would be the equivalent of, like, losing in Call of Duty and then slamming your desk out of anger and breaking your controller. Come here,
This
you!
won't take a minute.
Like, that's the best way I can probably describe it. That it's just, it is, you know, the people who cannot separate, like, the fiction from reality. But to go to the point of essentially insulting the person who has taken you on such a wild ride, and who has been probably one of the most polite and nicest people that I've ever, like, seen, you know, as like a celebrity. Like, it just boggles my mind how people are willing to let their emotions take their emotions take over to that effect. Thank you, Hydration Bot. Reality and fantasy are two different things. Yes. I wish that wasn't true, actually. A lot of people do, but at the same time, if reality and fantasy were not separated, we'd be running around with zombies, unicorns, trolls, ogres, and a whole bunch of orcs. And humanity would probably be dead by this point, Scarlet. Like, that is the best way I can put it. If fantasy and reality were not separate. Doop-a-doop. Hello, you. I see you. How you doing today? Would you like to be choked out like a bitch? Oh no.
Do we look like a bed and breakfast? No? So get out.
Okay.
I wouldn't pay for mache. I wouldn't pay for mache.
But joke's on him, because I'm not leaving.
You're not the bloody
Do we look like a bed and...
Oh god! Oh no! Oh no!
Don't eat it! Who will guard the Guardian?
Come on, come at me, bitch.
You can't just call it a victory.
Come on, come on.
What?
Oh, he's bleeding. I'm trying not to kill people.
You're all fee meat.
I try not to.
I wouldn't pay for mache. I wouldn't pay for
You know,
mache.
Batman philosophy.
You
I can
can't
fuck
just
them up
call
as
it a
much as I
victory.
want.
A
But I'm
victory
trying
is
not
when
to kill them.
They're not coming back. They're never
When does the
coming
bleeding
back.
subside? It
A
should
man's home is
subside
his
soon,
castle,
hopefully.
and it's
Otherwise,
not
he's
your
dead.
bleeding
The
castle.
Guardians. Who will guard them? We've come to the end of our time.
Yeah, he's dead.
We've come to the end. Don't eat V-meat.
Kill as little people as possible, I mean. You know, the Batman mentality. Try not to kill people.
Now we see the violence inherent in the system. Is this what we've come to?
I didn't mean to kill him. It just sort of happened. He bled to death. Hey, how's it
Sorry
going?
to bother.
Hey, take that. Come on, come on.
See, we've come to the end of our...
Oh, he dodged an attack.
No. Please, I'll give up.
You sure? I just can't trust you, so I gotta knock you out. Just saying. Batman mentality.
Don't mind me.
Come along, Jeffrey. He's fine. Are you guys bigger fans of sci-fi or fantasy? Because, like, I would say for myself,
You're not the bloody hell, are you?
whenever I heard the term sci-fi and fantasy, I used to think,
Who will guard the
ooh,
Guardians?
you're a dick.
Who
Hold on. I know I got a weapon.
will guard them?
Like that, dick. Whoops.
Well, that's for knocking down my blocks in nursery.
Didn't mean to kill him. Oh, you know what? Since he's already dead, about that. Nope, hold on. Let me try that again.
Being in Wellington Wells means never having to say, I'm sorry. Now, thanks to modern English science, we have the
Damn it,
perfect
come on.
fix for the blast. Never be afraid to up your joy. Only you know how much you need. Or just ask a doctor and he'll fix you right up.
I swear to God, this guy's a dick.
But look, there are some
Here,
things
let me
that
try
joy
from
won't.
this angle.
Though it will certainly make you feel better about it. Let's
Getting
say
angry.
you feel perfectly happy. But you're just having a lot of trouble getting out of bed.
You know what? Good enough.
What could it be?
Good enough.
Ask yourself a few
But what was
questions.
I saying?
Do you feel pain in your bones? Are you having trouble catching
Yeah,
your
I
breath?
used to think whenever it came to
Are your teeth sockets and you're under 70 years
sci-fi or fantasy, I always thought of it as I always thought of Dragon Age and Mass Effect. I always thought, which one do I prefer? I always preferred Mass Effect. However, thinking about it more, I have to say that there's definitely an appeal to fantasy that I think kind of overtakes sci-fi.
And congratulations, this is one of our traditional English enemies. And like all traditional English enemies, we've beat it before, yes, and we'll beat it again. As you know,
Depends on what goes on in the saying. I do like sci-fi fantasy though. Star Wars. I used to enjoy Star Wars. I stopped enjoying Star Wars after what do you call it? After I started playing D20 Star Wars. And the reason for this is because D20 Star Wars is the most broken fucking system I've ever... Ah, shit, I forgot about the mine! Ow! It's the most broken fucking system I've ever seen. Let's make a bunch of these. So, Scarlet, why exactly do you like fantasy over sci-fi? What's your reasoning? I'm curious. Also, like, probably one of my, like, definitions of a good sci-fi would have to be, like, Stargate. I feel as though Stargate was just done in just such a fine way. Well, you know what?
Take it back.
It's interesting because whenever it comes to a sci-fi that has to deal with space, like the idea of exploration is like the go-to.
To the end of our time. We've come to the
Get
end
knocked
of
out. Yeah, the idea of exploration is the big, like the big trope for sci-fi.
To do track and field.
And it's like, that's kind of cheating. Like, I feel as though that's slightly cheating, because it's like, it's essentially being like, hey, do you like a sense of adventure? And you say, yes, I do. And they say, then you'll love this. Honestly, I don't feel gets that sort of credit. Spells of medieval stuff. Playing Japanese girls with powers like stopping time. I see. That kind of stuff. That's fair. And you have 2 questions for me? Go for it, Darth Vader. What can I tell you, oh father of the Sith? Let me see. I do need a drink. It's a canteen. That's pure water. There we go. That's what I need. I also need a bit of food. Blue currants it is. Is the game good? Is it worth it? And should I buy the season pass? Okay. So, let me see. So, I am playing an earlier access version. You know, of course, because, you know, it's not fully out. At least not to my knowledge. If it is, then I feel really cheated because I wasn't told. However, in terms of... From what I've seen, in terms of gameplay, I will have to say that feels a little subpar. They try and add a whole bunch of replayability by randomizing locations, quest locations, you know, that sort of stuff. But I don't feel as though that quite makes it worthwhile. But I will say, from what I have seen of the story, this game is probably, release date is August 8th. Sweet. This game is probably worth it. Because the people of this game, the people that made this game, or put in all the effort to make this game, it seemed as though that they were inspired by such dystopian books such as like 1984, things like that. Not dead, thank goodness. And they end up developing such a well in-depth world and novelization that I feel actually makes this game, like, just like the world for this game is actually fairly well worth it. So in terms of the season pass, however, like, I would say the game is fairly well worth it. In terms of the season pass, however, I have a lot of resignations about it because with how long... Duct tape, thank you. With how long it has taken them to come out with this game, especially with, like, how it was an independent indie company, and then the project got taken over by Gearbox. And after it was taken over by Gearbox, well, for one, they ended up screwing over a lot of people who had already paid for the earlier access version. And then past that... Ugh, Chimney. Fuck miss. Thank you, Darth Vader. Thank you, almighty father of the Sith. And then past that, like, end up taking them even longer to make it than when they were an independent company. And then to add on top of, like, the story's probably longer now. I hope it's longer now than what they originally intended, because there was a point during this where, during the alphas, where they had an almost full-blown story, and then they removed all of that after they ended up getting bought up by Gearbox, and their reasoning was, we're going to change up a lot of things, especially at the beginning, because we don't think it actually is good. So it's good that they feel as though they need to improve some things. Thank you, Zenith Sades? Zenith Kaids? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it's Zenith. Zenith.
Night's coming
on. So there's a lot of reasons why I would not get the pass, but at the same time, I have faith in the original creators. I don't have faith in Gearbox.
You're the
That's
new
how
agent,
I'll put
aren't
it.
you? Alfie, what's his name? Great. Here are the other agents.
I don't feel as though
This is
Gearbox
Charlie
has
Croker,
ever put out
Jack Carter,
DLC that was
Gonville
worth
Bromhead,
it.
Joe Vandeleur, and Nigel Powers.
They put out games that are worth
But we're
it, but
missing
not
Peachy.
not
Peachy Carnahan.
DLC that's worth it.
He's been kidnapped, and you have to rescue him. All right? Brilliant. Here's everything you need to rescue Peachy.
You know, it's kind of like with it's kind of like with fuck, what do you call that thing? Grand Theft Auto. It's like, yeah, we put out DLCs.
Percy was always going on about lilies. What was it? They have rhizomes, not bulbs. No, that wasn't it. Damn it, I should have listened to him more.
It's kind of like with Grand Theft Auto, where it's like, yes, indeed, we have put out DLC. However, be prepared to spend $500 on it, because we say it's free, but in reality, it's either 72 hours of work in the multiplayer, or you pay for it with $500. Saving your money for the season pass. I gotcha. I would definitely, like, if you
It's
can.
actually sort of pretty at night, in a fatal sort of
If
way.
you can, I would say maybe message the developers and ask them if they already have ideas for DLC. If they say yes, then it might be like, okay, sure. But if they say no, then that typically means like, yeah, we're going to be squeezing for ideas, and that's when it's like, no, just no. It's also very well possible that they might end up just going cosmetic on it, where it's like, look at this. I can't imagine them going cosmetic with a game like this, but you know, companies find a way.
Best get inside soon.
I can't keep doing this.
That's a good way to put it, Captain. Sorry it took me so long in order to get back to you, Captain. But yeah, no, where, I definitely think that, fantasy where magic is not the explanation of everything that's going on, is definitely a, definitely has merit, because it's really hard to, like, it's really hard for just, like, D&D, Dungeon Master veterans to come up with a tantalizing hook that is not that does not boil down to some guy has something magical. You want that. You either want to stop them, you either want to join them, you either want to take it away from them and use it yourself, you want to take it away and give it to some other lord, you want to take it away so it can be locked away forever, you know, like, or you know, like, this guy's all-powerful magical, you need to kill him because he's dangerous to everyone. It's really easy to do that as a hook. It's an effective hook, but it's really hard to actually come up with something that doesn't go back to magic. With Lord of the Rings, the big thing about that was, like, hey, I got a spiked cricket bat. Blueprint. Was like, yes, it revolves around this magical ring, but
I risk for the wicked.
But it's like the magical ring was not the focus of everything. I mean, it was, but like, hold on, how do I word this? I need to think about this for a moment. 1 second. It's like the ring is the focus. However, at the same time, there was plenty of other stuff that was going on in the world to fill up moments where the ring was not the focus. And the ring itself, although magical, it's not like, oh yes, when you have this magic, you can shoot fucking lightning bolts out of your fists. It's just, yeah, when you have this lightning bolt, you're all powerful, which added a bit of mystery to what exactly the ring did. And I think that was also a big deal to it.
Peter used to be.
God,
You
fuck
could
this
pry
guy
out
up.
a pub with a crowbar.
Come here!
I think I've already been judged.
Get fucked.
And punished. Thank you. Oh, bother. Oh, get some sleep, Arthur. You're gonna make stupid mistakes.
Okay. They came out of the dark and were like, we're gonna fuck you up, but it's nighttime, so we're leaving. Yeah, feel free to send it to me, Captain. Oh, jeez. I'm not gonna lie, I might not be able to get to it. Hold on, what was this book? Persuasion. Guys, this guy has a, persuasion book. He got a +1 persuasion. No wonder he was throwing rocks at people. He knew he could get away with it. % less hungry and thirsty than before. Sweet. Let's go ahead and dig up these last couple of dig spots, and then we'll get heading back home. Home. Arthur's accent never ceases to me. That's fair. Darth Vader, I'm unsure if you're still in the chat, but from what you have seen of this game, what exactly about it interests you, if I may ask? Okay, there it is. And it's locked too? Oh! How dare this be locked? How dare they? Okay. And we're in. Well, it was very well worth it. It's an inventory expansion kit. Geez, 3 all in the beginning area. I think during my last playthrough, I only got 2. Jiminy. That's impressive. How would you feel if you were walking down the road one day and a police officer snuck up behind you and whispered essentially in your ear, "It's past your bedtime"? Like, what would you do at that point? Because by that point, like, I wouldn't know if I should run because he'd probably shoot me, but I also wouldn't know if I should, like say anything or turn around. Like, I think I'd just be stunned. Well, I guess I would have to turn around or see that he was indeed a police officer.
Well,
but like past that point, I'm not exactly sure what I'd do. I think I'd just be like, I'm a night person, and probably dash. It's still a fair response, all things considered. I wouldn't know if I should dash because he might shoot me. Hold on, I'm going to fill up on water real quick.
Well,
because I don't want to die during the night because of dehydration.
Join the water in the village. I'm gonna get awfully thirsty there. If
it wasn't this game. It was
We'll figure out how to get Joy out of the water.
The Long Dark. That was it. Long Dark had a thing about it where it was like you if you, what was it? It didn't like tell you how much you lost whenever you slept, so it was very well possible to just sleep too long, and you would be dead. And I'm not like, you know, us as humans, we can sleep for like 8 hours and be perfectly fine. But of course, for like survival games, they of course have to make it so you're eating and drinking every day. Which is understandable because when you are under a lot of stress, a lot of physical activity, it makes sense for you to have to eat and drink every single day because you're just using up so much energy. However, it used to be in the Long Dark that if you end up, if you like slept for like you would only want to sleep for like 4 hours, wake up, eat, drink, and then go back to sleep for another 4 hours. If you didn't, then you'd just die. And that was it. If you just tried to sleep the whole 8 hours, you would just be dead. Because the rates at which your everything dropped, sleeping for 8 hours meant that you died. How can this man carry so much crap with him? He has a very flexible sphincter. Damn it. I actually should keep those next to my pills on me. You guys never use your sphincter as a extra pocket? This actually reminds me of a funny tale. One of my friends, so it's like in high school, of course, you know, a lot of people do weed. A lot of people do weed because it's like, for some reason, everyone has a dealer, and then it's like, for 2, like, you know, everyone thinks drugs are cool. So, of course, you know, back in high school, everyone did drugs. A couple of my friends, at one point, they were driving, and they ended up getting pulled over by the police, and they had just, like, 4 grams of weed or something in their back seat. And they were like, oh shit, dude, this guy pulled us over, and he's gonna find the weed. You know, because we're high school students. He knows that every high school student has weed or something. I'm not exactly sure what their reasoning was. And so one of them turned to my friend and was like, you gotta eat all of this weed. And so he's like, well, you know, in terms of either me going to prison or eating all of this weed, I'm going to eat all of this weed. So he ate all of the weed. He shoved it all into his face and swallowed it. The police officer ends up walking by and is like, do you know why I pulled you over? And he's like, no. And it was simply like, you were going a little too fast back there. I just want to give you a warning. You know, please don't, you know, please go a little bit slower. Okay, take care. And that was it. That was all they got. And immediately after this, my friend was just like, I can feel it kicking in! I'm tripping balls right now!
Please just lie down.
He ended up he stopped doing weed after that because he was like, I have been as high as I ever want to be in my life. I never want to have to deal with that again. And that was that. It's like, I'm never going to do this again. So, it just shows... It just goes to show ya that sometimes the best way... Take down! Take this, bitch!
Question it.
Take that, Nicola! That sometimes the best way to get a person to stop abusing something is simply make them do it too much. Oh, I gotta go. I got the dolly. Alright, Marjorie had a missing diary. That was the thing that I was doing. Let's go ahead and do that since I did the next part of that quest. I need this to go away. Hold on. Secondary. If you give a pig a pancake. Okay. So what else was I saying? So yeah, he just consumed so much fucking weed that he was high. He was like uncomfortably high for like the entire night. I actually know how that is. Like I once had an edible that was so...
I can't keep doing this.
That was so potent in THC that I ended up getting high. And I was so high. Actually, no. Well, I mean, this does kind of fit in. I was so fucking high that I ended up losing all feeling in my legs and arms. And as I was laying on my bed, thinking, this is it, I'm going to die, I just kept feeling like a nice pulse of warmth shoot through my body every so often.
Trees with
In all honesty, I was like, this is probably what peace is like.
Here's Mrs. Flowerdew's diary.
It's not your... Don't eat V meat!
Hey, fuck off.
I wouldn't pay for my shave. I wouldn't.
But no, the other one that I was meaning to talk about was, this one instance
Maybe I should sit down for a bit.
Let me see. I was smoking with some friends. And, actually they were co-workers, but I mean, they were still my friends. They were co-worker friends. And I got so... I ended up buying like a pound of weed. As we were smoking this shit, it was really potent stuff, and I was like... I had not done weed for a solid, like, year or something. And I started smoking it, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to die. Because I only felt like I was breathing
you wouldn't have
whenever I was consciously taking a breath.
Would you, mate?
If I didn't feel as though I was breathing, I was like, this is it. I'm going to die.
Medical supplies all around here. I think I must have stepped on an infected needle. Would you help me clean it all up before someone else gets sick?
If I stick my fingers in that pond, won't I get infected too?
It's not going to clean itself up.
That looks awfully unhealthy. I'm not sure I'd enjoy getting stuck with one of those needles.
Such a nice person. Where else? Try and find it. Where's the last of this shit? There it is.
Look, a friend of mine buried some nice things by the Bloody Rock, and I owe you something. You can have them.
Which Bloody Rock?
Not the Bloody Rock. The Bloody Rock. The one where they're cutting up those rats. You can't miss it. You can smell it from 50 feet away, and it's got blood and flies all over it.
Nice. Nice, I didn't even get sick while I was there. That's awesome. Let me return Marjorie's journal first. Because again, I have the third part of this whole, this shindig over here already completed, so as soon as I can play, I can help out the third guy, and then it's like, woohoo, I'm done! Oh yeah, you know what? Think about Gearbox. Have you guys ever, or are you guys interested in Red Dead 2? No, I'm interested. I'm curious to see what exactly, they plan to do for it, because I was a huge fan of Red Dead 1. I like the way you put that, Captain. Here you go, here's your journal.
I want you to have this.
Oh, thank you. You didn't read it, did you?
Nope.
It's just a bunch of silly thoughts. Please, take something else from the crate. But remember, only one thing.
Only one thing?
Oh God. Oh God, oh God, where is it?
What if this is it?
You've been so helpful.
What if this is all there is?
I lost a very important letter. It blew into the mine and oh, this is silly, but I'm afraid of going underground. Do you think you could go down and get it for me?
It's fine because, you know, when people are high... Oh, right, I gotta return the letter.
You're so much braver than I am. Go ahead and take another thing from that crate over there. But just one thing.
It's pretty funny because it's like... Yeah, whenever you you know, do drugs, a lot of the times it's like, yeah, it's for me to relax. But it's like with weed, for some reason I get really paranoid with it. I just get insanely paranoid. I have no reason to. I just get insanely paranoid, and that's why I don't do it. Alcohol? I guess I'm okay with it, because I'm not drinking in order to like de-stress anymore. Hell, I'm not even really drinking anymore. So you know, I've just kind of been staying away from it. But you know, like, and you know, but it's also like whenever I drink alcohol, I try not to go overboard because I don't want to throw up, and I don't even give a fuck about the hangover. It's the throwing up that fucking scares me. I hate throwing up. I hate it so much. various other drugs, there's always something where I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not. Because of blank, you know? Hold on. Where are you at? Right here. Risperdal and Prozac. Holy fuck, dude. Where's craftsmanship? Increased durability of crafted. Ah, damn. That's. Last playthrough, when I dug that up, I ended up getting the thing that made it so I didn't need mechanical stations in order to make or craft stuff that normally would. That's a shame. Fuck. Okay. Duck soup. It's the mole about the duck again. Guess I'll go return this to the guy. Oh, medication's not working. Up the dose. Oh my god.
And now, it's once again time for...
A lot of, well, whenever it comes to depression, Captain, it's still very, like...
Paging Mr. Churchill. Mr. Churchill to the front desk, please.
I don't know how to put this. Whenever it comes to depression, it's really hard to gauge if it is working or not, because the only thing that you have to go off of is how the person is feeling. You know, it's like if somebody broke their leg and you give them a painkiller, you could typically tell with the painkiller. You can do like a quick test in order to figure out how the painkiller is. But it's like with depression, it can be very hit or miss. So typically whenever it's like, we don't know if this is working or not, they go, the best thing we can do is just give you more.
I just want you to know that I appreciate
visual change for us.
Knew we could count on you, Alfie. Hey, everybody, Peachy's back. But look, Charlie Croker's been wounded. He needs a first aid kit. Can you get one? I knew you could. Here's the top secret blueprint for making one. And you can find the ingredients on this map.
I like this guy.
Would you like this?
Okay.
Upping the dose doesn't
Here's
fix.
the mission we've all been training
It depends.
for.
It really depends,
You have
Scarlet.
to find the secret invisible house.
Because...
And bring back the ephemeral linen. Now, listen carefully. You can only get into the secret invisible house at night, and only when the doors of your perception have been cleansed. Once you've got the ephemeral linen, we'll be able to construct our secretest weapon. It's called a suit of blending for Peachy. We can use it to sneak into Dr. Verloc's secret lair and stop his evil plan for good.
Yes, Daddy.
All right, Alfie. Don't come back without the ephemeral linen.
She's looking for her daddy. But what was I saying? Yeah, depression is, like, upping the dosage, it's really dependent, Scarlet, because sometimes people have opposite reactions to medication. It's simply because one thing in the medication throws them off. It's a very just, like, trial and error sort of thing, is how I'll put it. It's just a trial and error sort of thing. It's like, oh, if this doesn't work, then the best we can do is just give you a different medication or up the dosage. If it's like, if essentially like a person starts up on medication and they show up and they say, yeah, now I'm not depressed, but I have suicidal thoughts, then it's like, okay, something in the medication is fucking with your mind more, so we gotta change it. If you show up and you say, I still feel depressed, then it's just like, okay, we're gonna up the dosage and see if that helps.
Guess it's just me and the bobbies now.
Was just kidding. Upping the dose really works. Seems like an elementary move, that's all. Again, it's really just dependent. But yeah, a really big thing is just like, in all honesty, a big chunk of the time,
They just fly up there and watch me through.
what actually happens is they will say, yeah, we're gonna up the dosage, but what they do is they just give you a different medication, and then what they actually hope for is a placebo effect. where it's like not only is the medication working better, but just the placebo of, oh, we're going to give you a bigger dose, helps you out. Hell, a lot of the times, there, in some of the more southern states, a big thing that they will do is say, yeah, we're going to give you antidepressants, and then they give sugar pills, and then of course, you know, and then they gauge what happens. And there's a lot of times where it doesn't work, and that's when they say, okay, we're going to give you actual antidepressants. So, you know, works out. Repair Mottling pipe. Wait, what? That's not Blindheim Bridge at all. I'm gonna go do duck soup.
The peculiar thing is, they're all black with sharp black beaks, and all they do all day is go caw, caw,
Trigger does
caw.
release the same thing. Kind of. Cocaine, but that's beside the point. Kind of, because it's like sugar. Sugar, yeah, it gives you like the energy, but it also has the crash. You know, it would be like, here, fight your depression with coffee, which is what a lot of people do, and that's also part of why people get so fucking pissed off whenever they don't have their coffee. And at the same time, my family is a whole bunch of coffee drinkers, and they just make me sick. It's like, and it's not even because they drink coffee, it's because of the practices that is of a coffee drinker. Where it's like, yeah, we got this coffee, we didn't drink it all, so we just left the cup out here. And it's like, you fuck!
We've been fooling ourselves.
You left the cup. You left the cup in the bathroom.
We all know there's less and less food in the garden district every day. We need to escape. Or we need to figure out how to survive the apocalypse.
Takes the coffee mug with them into the restroom.
I can't believe we thought that duck was our saviour. Have we lost our minds? I suppose we must have done. 17 years of joy do that to you.
She's right. That duck wasn't our saviour. It was a hell duck. It was leading us to madness and death. Thank God you made us throw it away.
I remember staring into its
duck
dead,
soup.
cold eyes and thinking it loved
like
me.
Duck soup.
But it didn't, did it? It wanted to possess our souls.
That duck took everything from us, and it gave nothing in return. How could we have trusted it?
That duck haunts my dreams. Its soft, downy feathers and
Duck
mad
soup.
little eyes.
Nothing
It sneered
like
at us.
duck soup.
Why? Why did it hate us so? Thank you for making Richard throw away the ducky. You took the veil from our eyes. Now we see clearly. Here, we want you to have this. It's everything we know about this place. I hope it helps you.
Duck soup. Nothing like duck soup.
That's actually a very interesting quest because it's a quest that has no beginning. It's literally you just come across this area and then you talk to them. And that's the entire quest.
And then we all took off our uniforms.
And then it's over.
So, how could I have even won one medal? Thank you for very poignant questions.
Really funny how that works out. And then people are like, thank you for having my husband throw out the duck, and it's like, what are you talking about? Chef is just looking at you with the most terrifying look. Nah, he was fine. He was just tripping balls, man. Dude, I'm tripping balls. Dude, I'm tripping balls. Tripping balls. Yeah, haven't you ever tripped balls? You look at everything scared. That's how it works. So uncanny and creepy at the same time. I absolutely adore it. He was on those midichlorians, man. Dude, like, those midichlorians, they'll fuck you up, man. Like, it's so powerful, man. Like, God. I need to look and see if a second season for Big Mouth has even started yet. I remember they were renewed for a second season, but I haven't seen anything of it. And it's very funny because a lot of people a lot of people hate the show just because it's ugly, and it's like there's a lot of ugly shows out there. Like there's a lot of ugly adult cartoons. Oh, there's a lot of ugly normal cartoons. And it's just because people aren't willing to put in the effort for it. Ever have a close friend that's a female that acts so much like a male you legitimately get surprised when she goes to a girl's restroom? I actually do have actually a couple of friends like that, Scarlet. I have quite a few tomboy-ish
so frightfully decent of you.
Gal pals.
I think you'd rather save my life. Listen, all those boxes, they're all booby trapped.
Actually. I see, Scarlet.
Except for that one. Take anything you like from there, and God be with you.
The sun's dying.
It's this one. Hooray! My stuff. There should also be a mushroom in here if I can remember correctly. At least it has a tendency to spawn a mushroom. It looks like it didn't do it this time. Oh well. It's definitely time to go ahead and head home.
It's a good thing too, for otherwise we'd never know what happened. For the villagers disappeared into the dark.
Do you also have a tomboyish look, Scarlet? Do ye? I have a friend who legitimately is like a grandma. Like they're only 20, but it's like you're very grandmother-esque. Like just the way that they how soft-spoken, like well-mannered, and like the way the way they dress and whatnot. It's like you're so much like a grandmother. It's uncanny. Like it actually legitimately, like when I first last saw them, it legitimately creeped me out at first, and then I was like, you know what? Nah, it's like talking to it's like talking with a grandmother.
They put joy in the water in the village. I'm gonna get awfully thirsty there if I don't bring a whack of canteens. We'll figure out how to get joy out of the water.
I have not checked it out yet, Captain. I ended up getting caught up and reading the Curse of Strahd module for Dungeons and Dragons, so I did not end up checking it out. I apologize for that. I'll definitely need to take a look at it because, again, it sounds so interesting. Hell, I might even live stream it. I just completely blanked and forgot about it, which is an error on my part. Let's store these away. Store away all these sticks as well. The reason I have those. Don't need those. What is this? Rancid stew. Don't need that. Sorry, I hiccuped and it actually hurt a lot. Ow. Don't need the mushroom. Don't need the moldy bread. Don't need the normal bread. Don't need the rocks. We don't need the rotten carrots. We don't need the rotten potato. We do not need the shredded raincoat. We don't need the charcoal. We'll hold on to histoplasma mushroom. We'll get rid of the metal bits. We don't need the rotted mushrooms. We don't need the canvas scrap. We don't need the cloth scrap. We don't need the sewing kit. We don't need the rowan berry. We don't need the duct tape. We don't need the big splinters. We don't need the empty pill bottle. Like, we don't need the dirty bandage. And we definitely don't need the light bulbs. And we certainly don't need the Gilead paddles. We don't need a lot of this stuff, man. All this stuff was given to us by the man to put us down, man. Yeah, Raggy. Okay. have to play some Mystery Dungeon tomorrow.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
I love that game far too much. Just Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I'm more or less a font of bringing information, not actually saying information as I think of it. That's fair. I wouldn't say I'm a font of information. I just like conversation. But I also am definitely a fan of learning things. It's like learning like the best way to make sure that someone knows something is for them to teach it to you. If somebody ever says something, you know, that seems off, always just ask them to tell you everything they know about it. And it will fuck them up most of the time. Because a lot of the times people don't actually know any of what they're saying.
That's not yours, is it?
Hey, fuck off, it's mine. You can't get me. I should put in an audition to be the next Scooby. Oh, Raggy.
Supreme executive power must derive from a mandate from the masses.
Yeah, like... Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it's just such a good game. I'll definitely, like... And people, like, the people that I've talked to about it have all mentioned that they're really big fans of the Mystery Dungeon and Explorers stuff. So I actually might go and look into playing the rest of the games as well. Because again, like, it's really cool that it's not just like, oh hey, you're playing, you know, a game from my childhood. It is legitimately like this game has brought it's like Mystery Dungeons literally has brought some of the people that have played it to tears, and that's just such a cool thing. That a game is just done in such a way to influence emotion.
Pace yourself, Arthur.
Like, when a game gets to a point where it can influence your emotion, it has done everything right. And I swear to God, Captain Crow, I am gonna get you a fucking Murkrow. It's just the, I'm gonna have to download the guide for it, actually, because it kind of looks as though, like, how do I put this? It looks as though, like, the, just the recruitment rates for the Murkrow is just fucking ridiculous, or at least for where I'm at. It might just be like a 1% chance or something, and so I'll have to keep going back there and kill 100 Murkrow, you know? But, recruitment is determined based off of, like, your level, items that you're carrying, you know, things like that. So, it's difficult. It's very difficult to, just say, I'm gonna go get a Murkrow. I actually have to work at it for right now. Let's go and fuck with the chest again. Okay, real talk, if you guys saw a chest like this, would you open it?
Toys.
Like, my thoughts are, I've played enough D&D to probably get the idea of what's going to happen with this.
In every house.
You saw nothing?
At least we could have made them take them. At least we could have not done it for them.
Talk about mystery chest. Repair the mottling pipe. I do have the stuff in order to do that. That one's escape. So yeah, Blindheim Bridge. Yeah, I'm able to do that. So let's go ahead and do the Blindheim Bridge. We'll move into the next area. At which point we can probably save at that point, actually. Repair kit. Can I make one? I should be able to. Yes. Oh, this is some metal bits and tape. Thank goodness. Fucking Wiggles, you scared me. The dog sneezed and terrified me for a moment. I was like, what the? What's that? Who's a what's that? I still have a weapon, right? Yeah, there it is.
It's nothing personal.
Hello! Good to meet you! Oh, he's dead.
Bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell.
Nice, I didn't get infected. There should be one more.
Just lie down!
Should be one more. Or maybe not. Maybe we're good. Awesome sauce. All your stuff now is belong to me, and you are dead. Haha hee hee. Find the context of where the chests be, but I, in this place, would rather not. Just like on your street, like just out on the street, the nearest street to you. That's where it's at. Like you could see it from your window. Right, basic lockpick. Another pocket expansion kit? Holy fuck. That's a fourth one. Jiminy. Jiminy H. Christmas. I'm getting some really good things during this. I'm also like, it's all... It's like, yeah, I'm just getting some really good things in this. Honestly, this is a really... kind of a nice place to stay if you know, there was actually, if there was an infestation of head flies. Zim, you got head pigeons. Go to the nurse and take care of it before you spread to the rest of the class. Someone else would have opened it long before me then. Lucky me. How would you feel if one day you were sitting in your house and somebody goes to open the chest and you just hear outside your window, "Ah! It was filled with bees!" I think I would just silently laugh. I wouldn't have anything else to do. I don't think I'd even watch. I'd just kind of go.
Well, he's sprouting, isn't he?
He said he hadn't got a scratch.
I'd call those scratches, wouldn't you?
Are you sure it's safe to get that close?
You won't catch it from looking.
There could be spores.
Try not to get bitten. They go a bit crazy towards the end.
Thanks. I'll be careful.
Run, if you don't want to end up like him.
I think he's about to go. Shit.
I took care of it.
Do we really have to do this?
Well, only one thing to do with you. Whee! Goodbye. That's really fine because, like, these two ladies, you know, like, how do I put this? I'd love to meet their voice actors. I'd love to meet their voice actors. Shake your head slowly. Warning, house is protected by explosives. Really?
Of course, you can have your cake and then eat it too. Where's the paradox?
Feed me hot, feed me cold, feed me in the pot 9 days old.
Ah, yes.
You can't trust your salt. You're irksome.
Haha! Get fucked. Your sugar is mine now, bitch. Like that. Get fucked. Away I go. Oh no, I'm stuck. Ah.
The Guardian.
It can't get me now. Now that I'm on the sprint. Okay, question. Is there actually a,
Poor thing. I hope she's not all alone.
This quest. I failed it last time because I punched the wrong person.
Bloody thieving bastard!
No, I'm just checking on the person. I'm trying to make sure they're not dead. Please, I'm sorry. Into the coin box. Got a sovereign.
Food's going off. Barely have time to eat it.
Is there a place here? A fast travel point or home? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if there is or not.
Am I my brother's keeper? Am I?
There's a big one we don't mention, isn't there?
I'm gonna get you to the village. The doctors will fix you right up.
So tired. So
Toys and tiny
very
beds.
tired.
Tiny beds in every house. All right, good. All right.
A guest appear. What? Hold on, I'm still processing. One moment, Captain. I don't play Tekken, for one. I was a huge fan of Soul Calibur, but, I felt as though, like, the characters for, like,
I keep getting lost in my own neighborhood.
for Tekken, the way that I felt for it is, like, my thought process is just, like, there's too much just punching and kicking. Whereas with Soul Calibur, you know, they have different weapons, and I felt as though there was more style to them, is how I'll put it. To the characters. Like Tekken, yeah, all of the characters definitely had their own style, but I just felt as though there was more differentiation with the other thing. My honey. No, I'm not dressed all fancy. I'm dressed to protect.
Spit it out!
Cough it up, Ralph. Cough it up.
I feel warm.
Hey,
remember the 5th of November. You're fiend meat. You're all fiend meat.
We've come to the end of our time.
I don't want to kill you.
Don't eat. You can't just call it a.
I'll just pull my attack at last moment.
Actually. Don't mind me.
There we go. What? Right. But those two characters from Yakuza, I'd definitely be down. Thing glitched so I can't clip it. What? No! No! I wonder if I can. I might be able to go back and do it. I certainly hope I can. Because that would be fucking awesome.
At least there are flowers out here.
Oh, God. I feel terrible.
Nexamite, Bill. I keep one for just such an occasion. I should have
mate.
one more Nexamite, I think.
I think I nearly... It's a bit vomity, but I got most of the motoline back in there.
Cool. I'm fine with this. How do you go into the same way that you would go into a VOD version or a VOD normally, Captain. You just go into the VOD and you just find it. And if you click on the first video, it'll be updating as it is playing. But you can still view it as a as though it's just a normal VOD. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me go ahead and put a little bit of healing salve on my crotch. Where is it? I may have stored them away, actually. 2 should be fine. Yeah, probably store. My bad. Let's keep spare 2 on us. Yeah, but if you're not able to clip it, Captain, don't sweat it. I'll probably do that after the streamestrew. A streamestrew. Okay, it's starting to get dark, which is actually really worrying me because this is the place that ends up getting filled with
I wish I kept
with zombie people. So I need to figure out if there should indeed be a place to stay here, but I can't find it. Yeah, because it's either going to be up in this area. So I searched down there, I ran over there, I'm up here. It's either going to be in this area or it's going to be over there. Of course there's not a bed in the abandoned place. There's never a bed in the abandoned place. Got another Nexamide pill though, that's sweet. Thank you. You are welcome.
For I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for 2.
Odd how the fog only comes at night.
Oh no, okay, this is one of the peaceful areas, thank goodness. Huh? Yeah, have you? Okay, thank goodness. I thought this was one of the infected places. Ugh! He was infected. Now I'm not exactly sure. This might be an infected area, but I can't tell. It is. It is an infected place. Okay. And I don't know where the sleeping place is.
Hope he doesn't go for me when he turns.
Nope. The amount of zombos is crazy.
What I'd give for a cup of tea.
Avalon Molten. I believe Avalon Molten translates to help me. Wouldn't surprise me.
And she likes to wear a red cloak that her mother had given for her. But it went with a red.
I know that this area is supposed to have a safe house. I just need to find it. Just need to find it. I'm sure I will. It's funny because it's like these guys really aren't like they're probably terrifying the first time you come across them, but in all honesty, they're really not bad. Cause it's like, oh no, it's zombies. Let me just run past them. Like that's essentially the response. Just oh no, let me just go around. It's like, damn, we never expected him to go around us. Shit. Oh, is there nothing over this? Oh. Guess it might just, or place might just be somewhere over here. I missed it. Yeah, it could be. Goodbye. It could just be over on this side, maybe. Maybe. I don't know though. Did I find it? There is a road right up ahead that I guess I could follow. Oh, and that's what it leads to.
Oh, she looks awful. And awfully infectious.
I guess that's, I guess that area is the only other place I can really count on. And Constable's key card. Of course, I don't know if there's a town over there. Salamanca's wait, what? Where exactly would this lead to? Because it can't go this way, because it would just go off the map. Go this way? Oh no, Salamanca Bridge. Right, that's the... I need a key card. That's the whole deal. How about... Actually, can I get over to this area? Because it's pretty easy to get into the city, like, very early game. I just don't know if I can or not. Enter Materhome. Feel thirsty. It doesn't look like there's a way in. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I have no other choice but to follow the road to that other area. I might just end up staying out all night. Unfortunately. Nope, hold on. We'll just place it there. That should be fine. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure I might find it. I might not. I might find it, though. Think about it. That's what matters. It's just gas here. Nah. I'd much rather go around. That looked like a long stretch of grass. So, no. Are you guys a fan of the fog? Our Lord and Savior, the fog. You a fan of it? The fog, I mean. Fignoflectagen! Mage manafa. Dikrafulugen!
She's a hair's breadth from going rabid.
Those are the kinds of words I say whenever I would like try and confuse people. It's like Jimrek Dugan. They'd be like, oh shit, this guy said Jimrek Dugan. I don't even know what that means, but I better back off, you know?
I did think I used to do track and field.
It's like, just confuse them to the point where they'll back off themselves. It's the only way. Okay, it's an actual town over here, so yeah, there might actually be a place. Which I'm definitely going to want to find soon, because if I get any more tired, it's going to be bad news for me. Been home possibly. Yep, there it is. Just on the other side of this. Sweet. Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, I'm going inside. Blackburn looking bacon bits. Ah, shit, right.
Looks like he was trying to get out. Something ripped him apart. What a jolly place to go exploring. Good. I really ought to have a lie down.
Damn, that's terrifying. Okay, there we go. Done. God, this place still terrifies the fuck out of me. I did it! Man, I'm awesome.
I better patch this hole up before I have any uninvited visitors.
I need to find some loose screws. There's some. And there's some more. Awesome. How exactly does he screw it in though? Because there's only a hammer. You don't use screws on a hammer. You don't use hammer on screws, asshole.
Which means someone could get in. I better patch this before I get unwanted guests.
Hey, well, then again,
Don't mind me.
I mean, you can't, but I guess you could, but it would probably be a bad idea. Like, all you do is make a hole that's too big for the screw.
This was their home. I suppose I don't feel bad enough to turn off the lights, though.
Hey, don't need the tree branch. I'll hold on to my armor. Can get rid of those. Let's hold on to that. Get rid of the flour. Oh. Yeah, I'll hold on to the Jimmy bar. Like that's a few uses. It's not too much. Get rid of the honey. Get rid of that. Let's go ahead and get rid of the power cell for now. Don't need the milk tubes. Definitely hold on to canteens. Canned grapefruit juice. Rocks. Glass bottles. Rotten apple. Rotten carrot. Rotten potato. Rotten potato. Always hold on to your drugs. They're very important. Onto those. That's a thing. Those are my blue currants. Let's hold on to those. Almost. Fuck! It scrolled up and I put away my canteen. There it is. Those, and then the crow feathers. Crow! Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and drink this up, and let's get some sleep. There we go.
Well, maybe I should find a
That's
bed.
actually perfect timing, Scarlet, because I am going to end the stream now. So, thank you everyone so much for showing up. It was nice having you guys. I think everything went well. I didn't see any... Yeah, apparently I had no frame drops, so that is fucking awesome. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. It was nice having all of you. You all stay safe. Remember to not text and drive, do not drink and drive. 10 and 2 people, 10 and 2. And let me see about throwing you guys at someone. It looks as though Josh Verified is doing some Terraria. I'm going to go ahead and toss you guys over at him. You know, and hopefully it will be fun. I'll see all of you guys later. Have a wonderful one. And pleasant dreams to all of you. Good night, everyone.